Like I'm fine.
Yeah, you got the other
this.
end.
I got the front one here. Yeah, we're good. It's not that bad. You good, Steve?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, straight one.
Perfect. Perfect.
So I think this might be it. The last crate we'll be receiving from Van's aircraft.
Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises in the early morning.
So this means we're like almost done, right?
See, as you can tell, I do not have a pump truck rating.
So I'm the first one here this morning. Last night we got the finishing kit crate in, unpacked, and did the inventory. And this hangar is starting to get pretty full. That is our newest addition to the hangar. It's a Cornell. It was actually trailered here 3,000 miles from northern Alberta. Small challenge. On the way they hit a deer. Luckily nobody got hurt, and apparently the damage was just cosmetic mostly, not structural. So get that fixed up and have that airplane flying. And then here's the RV build station. I'll get the lights turned on in a minute. I started deburring a little bit last night. So it's pretty exciting to be at this stage. This is the final crate that we get from Vans. It's the finishing kit. After that, it's just hanging the engine, the prop. Interior is already underway. And the only thing I haven't figured out is paint. I'll probably engage the community a little bit about that, but as far as I'm concerned, I can fly this airplane without paint. So ultimately, it'll probably be fundamentally based on the kind of paint scheme of the warbirds in this hangar. The Canadian Historical Aircraft Association is a big part of why this airplane exists. It makes sense to kind of make the RB-14 an honorary Yellowbird. It'll be basically a support plane in this fleet, as well as a photo ship for formation flying. And of course, I'll be using it to get all over the place and tell the story of the CH-2A, as well as just the love of aviation and Vans aircraft. So I'm really excited. This is happening. We'll be flying this airplane pretty soon. So let's cut back to last night and crack open that crate with the crew.
Hey, I'll hold that. You guys hold it.
Yeah, we're not gonna have Perry. Depends on.
Get it on the corner.
I got the front one here. Yeah, we're good. It's not that bad. You good, Steve?
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
straight one.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, we'll just stay right there.
This is exciting because this crate contains a whole bunch of newly designed and developed parts.
I don't know if anybody's read anything on it, but presumably the EXP engine uses the same mount as the original.
Yeah, I don't think the engine mount.
I've never heard or read anything about that, so I assume.
Well, if there isn't a new mountain there, then it does.
Well, I hope, yeah. That's true.
Perry's talking about the new EXP 119 variant of the IO390 Thunderbolt that we've got from Lycoming. There have been lots of small changes made which required Vans to update the finishing kit for the RV-14. So I think we've got one of the first finishing kits to accommodate this new engine option.
I remember seeing this getting wrapped up. They sent me footage of this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is the new snorkel, I think.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Que pasa? Yeah, we got a new box of goodies.
New snorkel. How you doing, John?
So it's been a little bit of a wait while Vans Aircraft was finishing the manufacturing of things like that specific new intake snorkel. But it was well worth the wait for those new designs because some pretty impressive performance numbers are coming out of this new variant.
Maybe if you get
I don't think you want to cut those two spots out though.
No, not yet.
No. No, it's the 3-blade prop. Oh, is it? Yeah.
In his hangar next door, Michael is storing the most unique package we've seen yet. It's our 3-blade carbon fiber prop from Hartzell. We'll be talking about that in more detail when we hang it. Another change accommodates the new exhaust design.
I don't think there's a top cowl in here because we can use the existing top cowl.
The new lower cowl has those two bumps to account for the twin exhaust pipes, and it also lets us close up the center tunnel, which will reduce drag.
Did you get this stuff over here already?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So what we're gonna do is we'll put it back in the crate, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Then you can move it all as one.
And then we'll store it.
Keep going to lick my fingers. And,
I know, me too. I think I'll cut a hole in the mask, but I'll lick my fingers. Okay, and then we check this off, the scat inlet then?
Yep.
Where did that live?
That was the
The 2-inch aluminum flange.
DL03, right? Yep.
That goes in the same bag.
Same bag? Okay, fair enough. Okay, now what do we got?
So that's called bag 958, right?
No label, but should we just write on it with big
That's the
letters?
bead. Yeah, I didn't know
What was
the
it?
bag was 958.
So we're back to the old familiar tasks that we covered in the initial build vlogs. Inventory, and then on to deburring. But the inventory was a bit more of a challenge for this one because there are lots of teeny tiny parts in little bags, kind of like the ultimate Lego kit. There are also an impressive amount of new instruction sections for the various components in this kit. The blue books represent the new sets of manuals that we've added to our existing library of red and green books. Just looking at this first one, and the backstory of the builder joke that I've heard for several years and never quite understood, 90% done and 90% to go, really starts to become clear. So at this point it's late afternoon and a bunch of the guys are pretty much wrapping it up. I decided to take a dinner break and then get back into it by myself for the evening so I could have everything done for the following morning. Meantime, regarding the interior, here's something I shot a few weeks ago for an Instagram story. We thought it was pretty exciting, but when I showed this quick little scene to my wife, she wasn't quite as impressed. Who doesn't love picking colors? Classic Aero Designs has sent us the mock-up for the final interior, along with some color swatches. So what we did was we took a piece of the baggage compartment for the RB14 outside to compare against the yellow of the Harvard, which is what we're targeting for the exterior paint.
So this is our interior color, and here is our leather and carpet options.
I think I already know what I like. I think for carpets, this is only 3. Lower profile is my preference.
Same pile.
Yeah, that one's definitely.
Is this a little deeper pile?
Yeah, I
Seems
just
a
feel like
little
the
bigger.
fluffy ones are just gonna pick up dirt and be a mess.
That's my choice, I think. Decent contrast to it.
Yeah, so it's darker, which is fine.
Black? Black is maybe too much of a
I
contrast.
think black also is harder to keep clean, right? Just
Well,
shows dirt.
Yeah, true. Yeah. This one has got a deeper pile than this one.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think,
one there?
I think that's the one.
Okay.
1611?
1611.
This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, so that's the yellow we're going with.
So there's our yellow.
That's a win. A lot of grays though. We got a lot of choices. I think darker is always better.
This is like almost a match.
Here, just lay them out like this, and we get,
All right.
have the benefit of both the interior and the yellow.
Yeah,
There we go.
the yellow there.
Comes on.
So my thoughts were, I think either this one or this one. But it's also about the texture. I don't know. I'm leaning on these two, I think. But are they too dark? Is the gray too dark?
No, I think
I don't
that's a
think
good
so.
match, actually.
I think I like that too.
Yep.
I like these together look pretty awesome to me.
Yeah, more of a pop than the other one.
Yeah, I think so.
So there it is.
So here we are, and we'll just kind of take a closer look.
Our yellow is called Sunburst 1541, and then our graphite 1511. Pattern is Orion, so they're both Orion. One's gunmetal, one's graphite. So there's your, look at that though, that looks awesome together.
Yeah. Okay. We kind of blew the 6-foot thing out of the water a bit, but
Yeah, well, we're outside at least. Wind is going that way.
That's it.
yeah.
I like that, that looks great.
Send travel.
I've, got experience with these interiors because there's one in Alpha Whiskey Kilo and it's got close to 700 hours on it now.
Yeah.
And it's holding up awesome. And I mean, people are stepping on those seats. There's no tearing. The leather just kind of has like a nice aged character to it now after it's 12 years old.
Yeah.
And 700 hours, and it still looks good.
Yeah.
You always have the option as the owner to demand that people remove their shoes before they get in.
Yeah.
Just like Ernie Chauvin.
I understand that in theory. I think practically that just doesn't work.
In the winter, it doesn't work that well.
And here's probably one of my favorite scenes from the Builder Roundtable that was shot recently with a bunch of us on the Super Aero channel.
If you had one tip for a new builder, someone like me who's like, hey, I did this, I'm in it, let's go.
Read section 5.
Yes.
Like, actually read it. It's the part in your instructions that Vans has put together that talks about how do you rivet? How do you tell if a rivet's bad? What is it telling you that you're doing wrong with the way that the rivet looks if it's bad? Read it and try to absorb it a little bit, just so that you'll feel, I think, more confident too if you then run into a hiccup going, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I remember something about this.
And they actually wrote a section in the manual that is like kind of a personal advice paragraph. The way it's worded is, this will be the most rewarding, but they actually do have a sentence in there that says this will also be some of the most frustrating, but also rewarding stuff you do. So just know it's not going to be all sunshine and lollipops, but if you go into it with that expectation, you've got a real shot at success.
I'm going to cheat. I have 2 tips. The first one is, so I believe that right now when you buy an empennage kit, they're going to include one of the practice kits. I think it's the airfoil or something like that. Buy a second one of those. And here's what you should do. Build the airfoil kit. It's going to look nasty. You're going to have dings and dents and look like it's not going to look good. Drill out every single one of those rivets and build it again with the same kit that you built the first time, right? It's still not going to look great. Drill out every single one of those rivets and do it a third time. Now it's going to start actually looking pretty good, right? But the skins are going to be dented up from the previous ones and all this kind of stuff. So put that one aside and now start on the fresh little sub-kit that you got and build that. And it's going to look good and you're going to be happy. You know, you're going to have more confidence starting your actual airplane parts now that you've built this one thing. And you're going to learn how to drill out rivets, which is possibly the most important skill when building an RV, is drilling out rivets without ruining them.
This is a long-term project. And when you walk into this, it's real easy to look at the plane as a whole and go, how can I build that? It's so big. Well, of course, we have the saying, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Look at each step, accomplish that step, then go to the next step. That's how you build it. It's IKEA. If you can put tab A in slot B over and over and over again, you can build anything. And then finally, the final thing is mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. I have on my videos my mistake admitting time, where I've told myself from the beginning that I would always be 100% honest, brutally so, about the stupid things I've done, because hey, I'm human and other people might know something that I don't know. And just know that I have yet to make a mistake that I can't fix. So mistakes are going to happen. Don't let it frustrate you. Don't let it get you down. If I can do it, you can do it.
That discussion had lots of great nuggets. It's currently live on Ryan's channel, link in the cards and description. All right, so just ending the day the way it began. I'm the last one here. It was a pretty productive day. Got the finishing kit fully deburred. Just locking everything up now. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, this was a 12-hour day, and we had done all of the inventory last night and today. I did a bunch of deburring last night by myself too, and then today was a bunch of us working on the rest of it. And this wasn't even that big of a crate, so it's kind of funny to remember what deburring. That's all of it right there. Finishing kit, ready to go. New lower cowl, right there. But I would say we spent 18 hours, several of us, between inventory and deburring. That's it's been a while since we've done that stuff, so it's bittersweet to be back there, but I don't think I'll miss deburring, I'm gonna be honest. All right, until next time. Whatever, that's the best I can do because I'm tired.